Greetings, rail fans. This is Roger Thunder. I'm going to do a video today on the big boy locomotive, the world's largest steam locomotive, which is currently making a tour here. And I'm going to switch to a facts and figures thing first, and then I'm going to jump right into a bunch of clips that I got of the big boy, and then I'm going to do a virtual ride, which makes this video better than the rest, I'm thinking. Maybe. Hopefully. Hopefully you'll give me a thumbs up for the effort here. But first of all, let's just jump into a clip. No, let's jump into the facts and figures real quick in case people out there don't know what the big boy is. Again, it's the world's largest steam locomotive. Let me jump right to my facts and figures page and get that out of the way. So I'm just going to kind of skim through this real quick. The big boy is 4014, and it's the world's largest operating steam locomotive. And it's currently on a historic coast-to-coast tour. You can read along with me here if you want. Supposedly to celebrate the 250th anniversary of the United States. And we'll scroll down a little bit here. Sure, let's jump to the shared rail legacy. This is a rare historic partnership between Union Pacific Railroad in collaboration with Norfolk Southern to venture east of the Mississippi River under its own steam for the first time since leaving the factory in 1940. I don't know if that's true. This locomotive's been on tour before for different reasons. It's been around a while. Honoring the heritage, the tour traces America's economic heartland, celebrating the vital role railroads played in connecting factories, ports, population centers, etc. to fuel the country's growth across generations. It was a wartime workhorse, and it was built by the Alco Locomotive Company, American Locomotive Company, Alco for short, for the Union Pacific Railroad. A total of 25 big boys were manufactured between 1941 and 44. They were designed to move massive military and freight tonnage to support the U.S. war effort during World War II. Conquering the mountains, the locomotive was commissioned to eliminate the need for multiple helper units on the steep 1.55% continuous grade over the Wasatch Mountains between Utah and Wyoming. The nickname came from some guy that scribbled Big Boy when they were building the thing. He just thought it was kind of funny, and he scribbled Big Boy in chalk on the front of the smoke box, and that stuck. And then the retirement and resurrection, because of the diesel, the incursion of the diesel power, and which was more cost effective, they retired these in 1962. Only 8 survived in museums, and Union Pacific reacquired number 4014 in 2013 and restored it meticulously to operation in 2019 to mark the 150th anniversary of the Transcontinental Railroad. See, it has been out before, so I don't know what this means up here when it says the first incursion. The technical specs are as follows. The wheel arrangement is a 4884. That means 4 pilot wheels in the front, 2 separate sets of 8 driving wheels in the middle, and 4 trailing wheels under the firebox. The weight is 1.2 million pounds, if you can believe that, 600 tons, including the tender. The length is 133 feet longer than two semi trucks parked back to back or end to end. The power is 7,000 horsepower. Fuel conversion originally fired by coal, burning up to 10 tons per hour, but was converted during restoration to burn number 5 heavy fuel oil for clearer operational efficiency. And the water consumption is an immense amount of water. It travels with up to 81,000 gallons of water on tour, so it gobbles up quite. It is a steam engine. So that's the facts and the figures on it, people. I just love trains because of the influence of my dad when he raised me, and I am a big rail fan and have worked on tourist railroads briefly, and as a brakeman. And when I was a kid, I was exposed to locomotives in the Phoenix, Arizona yard, where I used to travel to with my friend, and we would visit the roundhouse. Again, I was like 12 years old. There was an old guy named Ole. Hats off to you, Ole. Rest in peace. And he didn't care because he was retiring, so he let us climb around in the locomotives and went out in the yard with the engineers and several different types of locomotives, and got to actually sit in the driver's seat or the engineer's seat and turn on the air whistle, the air bell, and hit the horn when we were doing crossings. I'll never forget that, looking down at the cars stopped, and like, I felt like God, they were all stopped, Well, what else are they going to do? But anyway, let's get on with this. I'm going to start off with a couple of clips. And the first clip is by Rail Fanner, and the second one will be by R&R Railroad Trains or Railroad Videos. So I'll give a shout out to those people. I'm going to show a couple of clips. And then what I'm going to do is what's unique about this video is I'm going to jump into an actual virtual reality or a train simulation or train simulator, which will take you right into the cab. This locomotive is in my collection, as is the route, the same route that you're going to see in the second video in Portola. I actually have that route, and I actually have the mock-up or the locomotive, the big boy, and so we're going to take a ride in the cab, and I'm going to show you outside and inside shots and along the side and all kinds of good stuff, so stick around. So let's start off with this first video by Rail Fanner, which is a pacing video where the car is riding alongside the big boy, and that's kind of my favorite type of photography for railroading, is being right there and riding right alongside of it. So we'll start off with this one. Let's jump right into it. Okay, that was the first video by, I think I said rail fanner, I meant fan railer, whatever. But I do like to give credit. So that's a great little clip there of pacing the big boy. And you could see, if you want to roll back, or when you see future videos, you could see there's two sets of driving wheels, each with a cylinder in front of them. So the locomotive actually had to be jointed so it could go around curves and stuff. It was so long. Next video I'm going to show here is by R&R Train Videos. And this guy's great because he puts information up on the screen instead of talking all the time. And he also films with drones so that he can go up and get elevation shots and things like that. So this was filmed in Portola, California, near the Feather River Canyon, and beautiful country. And so let's look at this clip.
Was that Craig and Tracy? Yes. All right, Craig and Tracy, I got them. All right, thank you. All aboard, ready to eyeball. As soon as we line that main track switch, we'll pull. All right.
Detector, milepost 342.3, first hot box, north rail axle 2, from head of train, second hot box, south rail axle 2. UP detector, milepost 342.3, first hot box, north rail axle 2, from head of train, second hot box, south rail axle 2, total axle 103, train speed 38 mph, temperature 38 degrees, detector out.
Too bad. I agree. Did you drop that? Is that similar?
No, a couple days ago.
I think they just want to go.
UP4014, you will pick up Bronco Whiskey at intake milepost 232.75 for eastward escort. Do not depart intake milepost 232.75 before establishing contact with Bronco Whiskey, over. UP4014, stand Bronco Whiskey, picked up for escort at milepost 232.75. Do not depart milepost 232.75. Not establishing contact. Bronco Whiskey, over. Copy that, 57. Copy, yeah. Just be on the lookout after tunnel 8. And 44-2, got that slide fence in a mile, over. I got that slide fence coming up. That's right.
257 Whiskey. Hold on a second. 257 Whiskey by 259.
Whiskey 259.
Zero 14 258. 258 Whiskey 260.
Okay, people. Hope you enjoyed those clips of the big boy in different configurations and terrain and stuff like that. And again, want to shout out to R&R Railroad Videos and Fan Railer, I think it is. Fan Railer. Thank you for those clips so that people can enjoy this. And now this is the other part of the video where we go virtual. Would you like to ride in the cab of that locomotive? Would you like to see the controls? Would you like to look out the window and then also be outside the locomotive and see it coming and maybe all kinds of different angles? Well, we're going to do that right now. It's a special treat for you. This is not like your ordinary tribute to the big boy, because this allows you to kind of get a feel for being inside the locomotive. And this, again, is Train Simulator. It's very realistic. The model that I'm running here is to the T, exactly like the big boy inside and out. And I also have the route that previous clip was in the Feather River Canyon, and it was near Portola, and I actually have that route on my Train Simulator. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to jump actually into the cab and get this puppy rolling, and we're also going to, like I said before, have different views as we're going along here. So this will be a special treat. Not only do you get to see the actual big boy on tour now, but you get to do a virtual ride in the cab with yours truly. So we're going to start off here, and I don't know if I'm going to talk while this is running Train Simulation because it might be dicey, but and it might be hard to hear me, but we're going to get started here. So enjoy your virtual cab ride in the big boy 4014. I don't know if the number on this locomotive is the same, but again, it's as real as you can get. So enjoy this. Okay, we're going to jump into the diesel locomotive behind the big boy here for a minute. Okay, people, how'd you like that? That was kind of a thrill, wasn't it? Riding in the cab of the big boy. So you're going to see a lot of videos out there on the big boy with people lining the tracks, which is great. I love every minute of it. People coming together, at least something will bring people together in this world, looks like. And that is the love for history and trains and uh, images of a bygone era, let's put it that way, that a lot of us wish we still had instead of this crazy, chaotic world we live in. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and give me a thumbs up if you like it. Make comments about it. Tell me what you think. I think that this video with the virtual part and the real part is probably going to be one of the best videos out there on the big boy. So pass it around to your foamer, foaming at the mouth. That's what that means, you know. Foaming at the mouth, foamer, for railroads and the love of railroads and the love of trains. And at some point in the future, I'm going to do a video on my own little railroad, which you could see parts of it behind me here, the backdrop, and I have an actual HO scale, excuse me, railroad going around the whole room here, which I crafted from day one for about 7 years. So I might be doing a video on that. If you'd like to see it, let me know, and I'll do that. Until I see you again, then I'll just leave it there and say adios. Thank you for watching the video.